Dads, what's the weirdest misunderstanding you've ever had with your child's school? Mine happened last year with my daughter's kindergarten teacher. It started with a simple homework assignment. Draw your family doing your favorite activity together. That evening, my 6-year-old Lily sat at the kitchen table, tongue poking out in concentration as she worked on her masterpiece. My wife was working late, so I was solo parenting. Between making dinner and folding laundry, I glanced at her drawing but didn't pay close attention. "What are you drawing, sweetie?" I asked. "Our camping trip," she beamed. "When we slept in the woods and you taught me about stars." I smiled, remembering our backyard campout from the summer. We'd pitched a tent, roasted marshmallows, and I'd shown her constellations with my old telescope, one of my favorite dad moments. The next morning, I signed her folder without looking at the finished drawing and sent her off to school. Big mistake. At 1:30 p.m., my phone rang. Unknown number. "Mr. Davidson, this is Principal Garner from Oakwood Elementary. Could you come in this afternoon? There's a situation with Lily." My heart dropped. Is she hurt? What happened? "She's fine, but we need to discuss something concerning." I rearranged my work meetings and rushed to school, imagining all sorts of disasters. When I arrived, I was ushered into a small conference room where Principal Garner sat with Lily's teacher, Mrs. Henderson, and someone introduced as Ms. Wilson from Family Services. Family Services? My stomach knotted. Principal Garner slid a drawing across the table. Lily submitted this for her family activity assignment. I looked down at my daughter's colorful crayon creation. There we were, stick figures labeled me, Daddy, and Mommy, who was oddly floating in the sky with wings. But what caught my attention was what stick figure me appeared to be doing, holding what looked like a rifle, pointing at what I now realized were crudely drawn beer bottles lined up on a log. "Mr. Davidson," Mrs. Henderson said gently, "we're concerned about the activities you're exposing Lily to. She told us you took her shooting guns in the dark forest and that you were teaching her about shots." I stared blankly before the realization hit me. I burst out laughing, which was clearly the wrong reaction based on their expressions. "I'm sorry," I said, composing myself. "There's been a huge misunderstanding. We went stargazing. Those aren't beer bottles, they're my telescope and eyepieces, and that's not a gun. It's my laser pointer I used to show her constellations." Their skeptical faces made it clear they weren't convinced. "Look!" I pulled out my phone, scrolling frantically. "Here, photos from that night." I showed them pictures of our backyard campsite, Lily peering through the telescope and me pointing out stars with my green laser pointer. Ms. Wilson's posture relaxed slightly. "And the shots? Star shots? Astrophotography? I was teaching her how to take pictures of stars. She called them shots for short." Slowly their expressions shifted from concern to embarrassment. "And my wife isn't dead," I added, pointing to the winged figure. "She's a flight attendant. She was working that night." The principal cleared his throat. "Well, this appears to be a miscommunication." After apologizing profusely, they let me take Lily home early. As we walked to the car, she looked up at me confused. "Daddy, did I do something wrong with my drawing?" I squeezed her hand. "Not at all, Stargazer, but maybe next time let's label our telescopes." Now, whenever my wife packs for a flight, she jokes, "Don't get reported to Family Services while I'm gone."